Good morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by other historians, but mainly things we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information, as always, comes from the Smart Device application, Today in History, What Happened Today in History, Historical Calendar, and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music done by Carrera, and anything else potentially interesting, please check the underbar in the description below. Anyway, I am Aoxander, and today I am joined by...
The blob.
Yes, the blobbiest of blobs. The King Blob. Anyway, today is Tuesday, aka Tears Day, aka Tuesday. Right? It's Tuesday? Yes it is. December 27th, 2022. Alright. Well, let's see here. Let's start us off in the year 418, if you wish.
Yes, and it says Italios here, but Wikipedia says Pope Boniface the First. He begins his reign as Catholic Pope.
All right.
And we continue with one moment. The Hagia Sophia in 537. The Hagia Sophia was inaugurated by the Emperor Justinian I as an Eastern Orthodox cathedral.
Yeah. So that's like a long time ago, like 1,500 years. Like I think we were talking about this the other day, and that is one structure I do really would like to visit.
Yes, but it's in Istanbul today, Turkey, and that's essentially the two-continent country. Like part of it is in Europe and part of it is in Asia. So that's a long travel from your location.
It is. There's a lot of places I'd like to visit out in Europe and whatnot, but yeah, that is like the connection between that's essentially the heart of Eurasia right there. Like Europe and Asia, and then where the Ottoman Empire used to be, because as you said, Istanbul used to be Constantinople. That city, there's the same city.
Yes.
But yeah, I am just mesmerized by that building. It looks just so fantastic. It's such an amazing architectural wonder. In my opinion.
Yes, it's considered one of the wonders of the early ages or
ancient world.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, not the ancient world. After that. The seven ancient wonders are pretty much well known.
Anyway.
But let's continue. In 1512, the Spanish crown issues the laws of Burgos, governing the conduct of settlers with regards to native Indians in the New World. So they banned slavery, and they said the Indians, the Native Americans, were encouraged to convert to Christianity, to Catholicism to be exact, and
so very much like what the Spanish were doing in Mesoamerica and whatnot, the English settlers and the French settlers and such were doing the same thing, kind of with the Native Americans.
Yeah.
So.
Originally, it was restricted to the island of Hispaniola, but later extended to Puerto Rico and Santiago, which today is known as Jamaica.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Hispanic nations, especially Mexico, I know for certain, is very Catholic, very Christian.
Yes, probably was with similar doctrines.
Yeah. Anyway, we have one here in 1657, a Flushing Remonstrance petition signed in the Dutch colony of New Netherland protesting the ban on Quaker worship. Yeah. Well, because the whole purpose of the Quakers coming out here was to escape religious persecution, because they were getting persecuted as all hell in Europe. So they came out here, and then now here, the Dutch colony of New Netherland. Where is New Netherland?
New Amsterdam, you mean?
No, I know that's New York, New Amsterdam, New Netherlands. Let's see here.
Oh yes.
Uh,
Yes,
well,
I see.
it's in the same area, so I think New Amsterdam was a city in New Netherland. So New Netherland is like a whole like area. It says here, New Netherland was a 17th century colonial province of the Dutch Republic that was located on the east coast of what is now the United States. And I can see that it does indeed have. I'm gonna add this link here. There we go.
Yes,
Wow, you've
it
already posted a whole lot of links. Holy crap!
it extends from the Delmarva Peninsula to southwestern Cape Cod. So today it encompasses the states New York, New Jersey, Delaware, Massachusetts, and Connecticut.
Yeah, I see. There's in the development section on the wiki here. It says North River and the Manhattans. So New Amsterdam, as you mentioned, which, as I said, became New York, was in this area. So you were right, technically, as well.
Yeah, I think it was the first Dutch settlement,
Ah. Well,
but I'm
anyway,
not
let's
sure.
move on up here to 1814. We have the destruction of the schooner Carolina, the last of the Commodore Daniel Patterson's makeshift fleet that fought a series of delaying actions that contributed to Andrew Jackson's victory at the Battle of New Orleans. Huh. Okay.
I thought it's called New Orleans.
Well, the actual city is Orleans. So.
Yeah, you used the French name.
Yeah. Well, you know, Louisiana was a French area. The Louisiana Purchase, the whole area was owned by France at one point, but they sold it to us.
Okay.
Yeah. So it should be New Orleans. New Orleans is just the wrong way to pronounce it if you want to, you know. Like,
Yeah. So,
be technical.
so on 27th of December 1814, she got under heavy fire from enemy artillery, and heated shots set her afire. And after the crew abandoned her, she exploded.
Oh dang. That's violent. But yeah, no, like I don't know. I never heard of Commodore Daniel Patterson, but he apparently like he mustered up a random fleet just to do something. But anyway, we have Darwin discovers the secrets of life in 1831. HMS Beagle with Charles Darwin on board. Pardon me. Departed England for a survey of South America. A voyage, Darwin later said, determined my whole career. That was his quote. So wow.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
In 1845, we have the first use of ether in the childbirth in the United States in Jefferson, Georgia.
What is ether? Is that a painkiller or is that a?
I said, I think, and some to make you asleep.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think there's several ethers out there.
Yeah, I thought so because like actually, you know what? Let me look that up here. What is ether? What is ether? A class of compounds that contain an ether group.
Yeah, we talked about ether another time, I think.
I think we probably did. Yes, I'm gonna add this into the underbar later. So that's interesting.
I have another link here that you might also want to add. I'll just quickly post it. All right. We continue with the one moment.
Well, I think 1850 is pretty interesting.
Oh, all right. In 1850, the Hawaiian Fire Department was established. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, Hawaiian. It's Hawaii is actually, I believe, how they pronounce it. Hawaii.
Yeah,
or Hawaii.
that's yes.
But yeah, no, their fire department. That's pretty cool, you know.
Yes.
Then you got another one in 1884.
Yes, we have the Netherlands recognizes King Leopold II's Congo Free State.
Huh. Well, all right then. And that's two, right? Like I lost count.
That was 3.
Oh,
So
okay.
the Congo Free State was a territory in Central Africa under the personal control of Leopold II of Belgium,
Ah,
and it existed from 1885 to 1908.
all right. We got some music here. Music history. In 1927, Jerome Kern and Oscar Hammerstein II's Showboat premiered in New York City. Well, it doesn't tell us how many performances it did or anything like that. But like, I've seen this guy before, so like at least doing these shows, I've seen that picture several times before. And then we got an assassination attempt in 1932. Emperor Hirohito of Japan narrowly evaded an assassination attempt by a Korean independence activist, Lee Bong-chang. Wow, that would have dramatically changed history.
Yeah, Hitler escaped like 42 assassination attempts at least.
Good lord.
So
Fidel Castro, how many times does the CIA try to kill him?
yeah, it's insane.
I know. It's crazy. But in 1934 here, we have some more music. The musical review Thumbs Up, including music and lyrics by Vernon Duke, James Hanley, and Ira Gershwin, among others, premiered at the St. James Theater in New York City, running for 156 performances. Okay. 156 performance. What? Spelling error.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's still a success. I don't know. I mean, we had stuff that aired for less and stuff that aired for much more. So,
yes.
But it sounds like a lot.
156 is a good amount, like.
Yeah. And at the same day, in 1934, the Shah of Persia, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, declares Persia now Iran.
Ah.
So
well, I wondered when they made the switch, because like.
So the Persian Republic was named Iran in 1934, or?
It sounds like it. So Greece is still around, so that means they win.
Yeah, it's unfortunately not on his page, but to me it sounds like he renamed it to Iran at that day.
Yeah, well, like, it's he's declared Persia is now Iran, so this is when they did the name change from the Persians to Iran.
All right, and in 1937, Mae West performs Adam and Eve skit that gets her banned from NBC Radio.
Oh,
wow!
Wow, what?
I think we need to have a look at that later.
Yeah, like what? Did she get explicit or something? Like. Or maybe she was describing their nudity. I don't know, because it was Adam and Eve before the concept of clothing.
So, we will post the link in the underbar.
Yeah.
And
here, can you take this 1939? That's interesting.
Yes. Actually, we should take both in 1939.
Yeah.
I think the first American ski. Oh, how do you pronounce it?
Ski-mobiles. It took me a minute.
The first American ski-mobiles are in North Conway, NH. That's New Hampshire.
Yeah. Yeah. So like the land jet skis, essentially, like the snowmobiles. Like.
Yes.
Yeah. That's like I guess their original name was ski-mobile. I guess there are different. What's the difference between a snowmobile and a ski-mobile? Ski-mobile versus snowmobile. Let's see here. Alright, there's actually like a whole thing about this here. Ski-mobile is English. Snowmobile is, well, they're both English, obviously. A ski-mobile is just a snowmobile. A snowmobile is a vehicle with skis at the front and rubber tracks at the rear, used for traveling over snow, sometimes in sport. So yeah, they're one and the same, essentially.
Wow. And I just found why that show was banned, the Adam and Eve show.
Why?
So Eve was portrayed as a sexual aggressor, all too willing to sacrifice her virginity, and she seduced the serpent to obtain the forbidden fruit.
Oh God, that's not good.
Oh yeah, that's wow.
Wow. Anyway, you have another 39 here. At the same time that the ski mobiles first started.
Yes, between 20,000 and 40,000 people die in a magnitude 8 earthquake in Erzincan, Turkey.
Dang, that sucks. So,
Yeah,
I, I wonder which came first, because like at least those people could say that they died during a time where the ski mobile existed. I mean, not to make light of
I don't think
almost
they care.
40,000 people dying. Like try to look at the
Yeah,
positives.
I don't think they cared about a ski mobile.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. So. Yeah. Anyway, gonna move on up into 1941 here. Dmitri Shostakovich completed his Seventh Symphony in Siberia. Seventh Symphony in Siberia. A lot of S's in there.
Sounds like he was not on his own accord there.
Maybe not. Yeah, Siberia is not really a place you can choose to go to. Did he ever serve any time in the Gulag?
It doesn't say here, but he was denounced with other composers for Western style formalism in 1948.
That's 7 years from now. So, 1943 though, Montgomery discussed Overlord with Eisenhower and Bedell Smith. So General Montgomery, the British general, Operation Overlord. This is 1943. So
The D-Day landing.
yeah, which would occur on June 6, 1944, the following year.
There's a famous story about one of those people being a teacher and talking about that
the
in class.
crossword puzzle thing or whatever. Yeah, that
And
was wild.
That led to those crossword clues, and yeah.
Yeah, no, like he got in trouble. He got in trouble with the base that was like right next door, essentially. Like he had words like Omaha, Utah. Like,
Oh yes, yes. The soldiers always talked about it, and he heard it there. Yes.
Oh yeah. So they had to keep their soldiers' yaps buttoned. Then we got a historic event here in 1945. International Monetary Fund, formally established by 29 member countries based on ideas of Harry Dexter White and John Maynard Keynes. Huh. So, universal bank between countries. That's frightening. More centralization. Not good.
Yeah, the next entry is connected to that.
1945, yeah, the World Bank was created with the signing of an agreement by 28 nations. Yep. Huh.
Yep. So one of
29 member countries. Huh.
One of them didn't agree.
Ah. All right.
I guess. Well, I don't know. I wasn't there, but it sounds like. Anyway, we continue with 1956. Bill Sharman from Boston ends the NBA free throw streak of 55 games.
Oh, dang.
I have no clue what that means, so you will probably tell us.
Well, free throws essentially like if you get a foul or something, on you, during a basketball game, you get a free throw, which means you get to stand like in this space, and you just like throw without having to worry about dodging people. Like you're getting free throws, and depending on the severity of the penalty, you get between 1 to 3 or something like that. I think you might get more if I've only mainly seen 1, 2, or 3 free throws, and so it sounds to me like this was like for 55 games straight he made every free throw, and then now he finally missed one, so that's his streak. That's really impressive.
And later in 1959 he began a record of 56 straight free throws.
Wow, he got back on the horse and did it again. What a guy. Good show.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Wow. All right. In 1961, Jill Stein, Betty Comden, and Adolph Green's musical Subways Are for Sleeping premieres at St. James Theatre, New York City, and runs for 205 performances.
So that's why all the homeless are there.
I don't know.
Subways are for sleeping. No, they're not. Contrary to popular belief, it is not what Fry said in Futurama. They are not a rent-free motel, or a rent-free apartment on wheels. So.
Yes. And in 1964, we have the first appearance of the Supremes on the Ed Sullivan Show, singing "Come See About Me."
Huh. All right. 1967. I'm sorry.
Oh, very great band. I just wanted to say.
Yeah, I heard about the Ed Sullivan Show. At least I think I might have heard about the Supremes. That's way before my time. But then, speaking of music, we got an album release here in 1967. Columbia Records released Leonard Cohen's debut album, Songs of Leonard Cohen. Okay. And 1968, Apollo 8 returned to Earth. We've been talking about them for a little bit. You know, when they launched, when they were orbiting the moon. Like that one guy read a book. You know, we were talking about the Christmas broadcast from the moon.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. So now they're back home. Nice. Just in time for the new year, to 1969. And then
Weren't those the spacewalk for 7 hours?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they did. Wait, they did that? No, not Apollo.
Oh no. Oh, they were the guys who read from the Bible on Christmas.
Oh, okay. I got things confused then.
So, yeah.
I'm still like really foggy. I partied way too hard last night, so like, I'm still kind of foggy and I'm really hungry. So.
All right.
But anyway, we're gonna move on up into 1974. FSLN seized government hostages at a private Managua party. Managua, never heard of that. Wow.
Yeah, it's guerrillas in Nicaragua, and they killed 3 people at the party, and later were exchanged for 26 hostages.
That sucks.
The hostages were exchanged for 26 people. I mean,
jeez, that's awful, man. Like,
yes.
I don't know what they did to piss them off or what, like, because people don't wake up in the morning and be like, oh gee, I would like to be a terrorist today. No, like, things happen. It's
the Sandinista National Liberation Front, which is a socialist political party in Nicaragua. So in those days they apparently were a guerrilla, you know.
Going from one bad subject to another type of horrible disaster, 1975, an explosion at Chasanala Colliery collapsed, drowning 350 people in Dhanbad, India. And a colliery is a field of coal mines. So an explosion in a coal mine buried and drowned people. God dang, that's awful. So.
Yeah, it's also known as the Chasanala mining disaster, and it was followed by flooding and killed 375 miners here, it says.
Dang. So even more than 350, it says on here. 375 on your source. Dang, man.
Well, on Wikipedia.
Yeah, that's a tragedy.
But it doesn't give a source for that number, it seems.
But hey, you get to bring the joy back. You get to talk about Ballon d'Or.
Well, in 1977, the Ballon d'Or went to Borussia Mönchengladbach's Danish forward Allan Simonsen. He is named Europe's best football player, ahead of Hamburg forward Kevin Keegan and Nancy midfielder Michel Platini.
Dang, dude! Like that name at the top, like that. You went through that like butter. It was beautiful. Like.
It's a German soccer, very famous. It plays in the national league, the Bundesliga. So everyone knows that in Germany. In 1978, CBS Television's premiere of its version of Les Miserables, starring Richard Jordan and Anthony Perkins. Wonderful by Victor Hugo, but I don't know if the television thing is good. But the play, or whatever you call it, is wonderful. In 1979, after invading...
Hold on.
Yes?
You wanted to do 1978.
Oh, yes. I missed that. In 1978, Spain becomes a democracy after 40 years of dictatorship, as King Juan Carlos ratifies Spain's first democratic constitution.
Nice. Yes. That was after Francisco Franco. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So good. Good. We're finally talking about, Spain being a free nation. Finally.
Yeah, and what I wanted to talk about also was the coup d'etat attempt in 1981, where on 23rd of February 1981, where the people who did that essentially wanted to turn it back into what is it called, monarchy, with Juan Carlos I as the head of state.
So and trying to bring back monarchy. That's interesting.
Yes, and it ended when he just declined to become the king.
Good. That tells me that they got close. That's kind of concerning,
Yeah.
So, but hey, you're gonna take 79 as well, so go for it, and then I'll go.
All right. After invading Afghanistan 2 days earlier, Soviet forces pull off a coup in Kabul, killing President Hafizullah Amin.
Oh God, that's not good. So just 2 days earlier, then they already got there later. That is quick. So
yeah, we talked about it the previous days. So I thought I continue there.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Yes, we got an album released in 1979 as well. Sire Records released Pretenders, the debut album of the Pretenders in the United States. I've heard of them. They sound fake though, but yeah. Like they're pretending to do something. Oh, and we got this guy who looks like Tobey Maguire. 1981, Oiler Wayne Gretzky became the fastest NHLer to get 100 points in his 38th game. Nice.
And we both only know him from the video games.
I only know him from what Alice has talked to me about. So, but then also we have some more sports history. In 1982, Imran Khan, 8-60 to bring innings victory versus India at Karachi for cricket. So, yep.
All right. And in 1983, Pope John Paul II pardons a man who shot him. That was Mehmet Ali Akça. Oh yeah, that assassination attempt at Pope John Paul II.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. He pardoned the guy who tried to kill him. That is, immense humble.
Yes. Also in 1983, a propane gas fire devastated 16 blocks of Buffalo.
Dang. Those were way too hot wings right there.
Yes.
Like one would say it was wild. Buffalo Wild Wings. I don't know.
Yeah, sounds really bad. I heard of one of those explosions, but I'm not sure if it was this one, but they showed how that came to pass. In 1985, terrorists killed 20 and wound 110 attacking El Al at Rome and Vienna airports. President Reagan blames Libyan leader Muammar al-Gaddafi.
Yep, well, he was just playing his part. He was being ordered to blame because, Muammar Gaddafi, what a lot of people don't realize is he wasn't the evil person. Maybe he was bad, but I know that he was trying to get Libya on a gold standard to not make them reliant on the petrodollar, the US dollar, and by extension he wanted to do that for the rest of Africa. He was really trying hard to get Africa out of the hole that it remains in today, unfortunately. And we all know what happened to him. You know, he was trying
Yeah,
to go against the powers that be, and he got stabbed up his ass. So,
but he did very horrible things in his palace. So with girls there,
yeah, I was gonna say,
So
like, that's why I redacted. Like, I wasn't sure if he was a good guy or bad guy, but like, like, I know he was trying to do something to save Africa. So
unfortunately, most politicians seem to be bad guys
yeah. So
on all sides.
absolute power corrupts absolutely. That is a thing. So,
Yeah,
and we're gonna let's see here, move on up into so we've done
1992.
okay, 1992. U.S. jazz singer and piano player Harry Connick Jr. was caught with a 9mm gun in New York's JFK airport. Why? Do you have a gun in an airport, bro? Like, what? That's crazy. Anyway, we got some more sports history here. 1995, Australian cricketer David Boone completed his 21st Test cricket century, 110 versus SLMCJ. Crikey. I don't know.
Did you really say crikey?
Oh, bloomin' onion, mate. You go to the Outback Steakhouse. Yeah, if you want to sound like an authentic Australian, all you gotta do is try to sound British and then sound drunk at the same time, and then you got Australian, mate. Yeah. I don't know. In
All right.
1999, we got some sports history. Joe Sakic recorded his 1,000th career point, an assist against the St. Louis Blues. Huh.
So the Blues got the Blues.
The Blues.
In the year 2000, Pittsburgh Penguins center and part owner Mario Lemieux, we talked about him yesterday, I think. This time he scored a goal and 2 assists in his return to the NHL after more than 3 years out with injury problems and lingering cancer issues. Penguins beat Toronto Maple Leafs 5-0.
Dang. They got stomped on.
Yeah. In 2002, the movie Chicago, which wins the Best Picture in 2003, based on John Kander and Fred Epps' musical, directed by Rob Marshall, starring Renee Zellweger, Richard Gere, and Catherine Zeta-Jones, is released.
Nice. I heard about Chicago. Isn't it a musical? Yeah.
Oh, I know.
The music. Yeah, the Chicago stage performance. Yeah. So.
I know a band named Chicago, but they are not related.
Huh. Oh. 2004. That's concerning.
Yes. In 2004, the radiation from an explosion on the magnetar SGR 1806-20 reaches Earth. It is the brightest extrasolar event known to have been witnessed on the planet.
Dang. Wow. That's concerning. We're getting hit by radiation from stars light years away.
Yeah, and I have some more information here in an scientific article that we will put in the underbar.
Alright. We're going to move on up here to 2007. We have an assassination, a successful one, unfortunately, it sounds like. Former Pakistani Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto was assassinated by a suicide bomber in Rawalpindi. Dang, that's not good.
That was a major event back in the day that was feared to cause a great instability.
Yeah, well, like I have a feeling it was religiously motivated because Pakistan is primarily Muslim, I believe, and they don't look too kindly on the females. And she's obviously a lady, and she was a Pakistani prime minister, so. Oh, no way in hell our country is going to be led by a woman, so they blew her up. Just awful.
Well, she was prime minister before, and then she returned, and people didn't like that, and so they I don't know the exact details, but
probably have a link to something about that in the underbar as well. But I'm going to move on up to 2009. The World Health Organization said that 208 countries, territories, and communities have reported H1N1 cases, including at least 12,220 deaths. H1N1, that sounds very familiar. I remember there's a virus scare. That was the swine flu, right? Or something?
I think it was the swine flu, yes.
Yeah, let's see here. H1N1. Yeah, swine flu, yep. So, yeah, I remember there was they're trying to scare us, back then. They say you're successfully scaring us now with all the stuff. I'm not going to name what it is, but let's just call it the Kung Flu. So, yeah. Anyway, we're going to move on up here to 2012. NASA unveiled plans to capture a 500-ton asteroid in 2025. Oh wow, they're ambitious. All the way to 2012. Oh.
Yeah, it was cancelled later because the president at the time in 2017 he directed NASA to other space missions.
You're talking about Trump, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. He also made the Space Force, which it's both comical and and stunning. Like that was the first military branch to be created since the Air Force back in 1946 or something. Or no?
Yes.
No. Yes. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
It was the fourth what is it called, branch of the army.
Yeah, well, the military consists of the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, and then now the Space Force. And they have their own little things, branching off as well.
So President Trump wanted to put the American astronauts back to the moon and pave the way for long-term exploration and the use of space.
Yeah. Well, I believe that was my three.
All right. Then
actually, there's one left, so if you don't mind, I'll take that, and then we can have you start the burst.
Yes.
All right, 2017, Raheem Sterling scored to give Manchester City 1-0 win over Newcastle United at St. James's Park. EPL record 18th consecutive win. Streak ended with a 0-0 draw at Crystal Palace 31/12. Whatever that is, but maybe is that the date? Not entirely sure. But up, Pam Poovey.
Boop, 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 boop.
Yep.
Bitch pudding.
Anyway, I'm going to do the split here real quick because Pam Poovey just joined, so we might go over time. So let's see here. Badoop.
Where are you guys at?
We are just about to hop into bursts, but before we do so, audience, were there any articles that grabbed your attention more than most? Anything you wish we had elaborated more about? Anything you would have liked to discuss, had you been here? Start a dialogue in the comment section. Anyway, we're going to move on into bursts.
I have a big piece of history for today in, actually, 2022.
Actually, did I miss a birthday? I think yesterday was Ghost Virus's birthday. You remember him?
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I remember Ghost. No, I was just saying today in history, I farted.
No. Ghost
it was
Virus
a bad
was the 24th. So his birthday was the 24th of 1977. So whoops. Dr.
Christmas Eve.
Dr. Lokes, though, is coming up. He's December 30th. So I haven't missed him yet. Thank goodness. But Alice, do you want to start us off in burst here in 1390?
Yeah, in 1390 we have N. de Mortimer, claimant of the English throne. What's a claimant?
Someone who claims it.
Someone who would be entitled to the throne.
Oh, Anne de Mortimer, claimant.
Yeah, someone who has the right to claim, the throne, so.
Ah.
Yeah.
She could put her hat. She could put her card into throw her card into the hat, right?
Yeah.
Well, sorry, it's kind of like one of those people who throw decks of cards into hats.
So she died. She died
Yeah,
soon
she died.
after
She died in 1411. So she actually, yeah, she didn't live
wait,
long.
she was just 21.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she died-
yeah.
She was young, so maybe she was murdered or something? So she
No,
wouldn't get the throne?
She died soon after the birth of her son Richard, the first child of her, on 22nd of September 1511. That's the birth date of her son.
Complications from birth.
Maybe.
Oh, that
Yeah.
doesn't like it. I don't know. I mean, it was.
You got a good one, Alice.
I know, I just saw that. We have a German astronomer born in 1571. He named Johannes Kepler, discovered laws of planetary motion. He was born in Stadt. I'm sorry, Holy Roman Empire.
Yes.
Stadt.
Weil der Stadt. It's.
No, I'm sorry. Oh no, yep, it's in German. So Wilderstadt. Stadt. I'm sorry. All right, but yeah, Holy Roman Empire, which is actually he was basically born in some part of like Eastern Europe, Germany, Poland, Austria, one of those things. Anywho, let's move on.
The name of the city is. It doesn't even make sense in German.
Well, actually, they named the satellite after Kepler. So.
Yeah, they did.
Yes.
Didn't they?
No, not the satellite, the telescope, the Kepler.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. The Kepler's telescope, satellite telescope.
Well, it is kind of in the satellite area. But anyway, Mr. Blom, you get to talk about someone who should be highlighted here in 1654.
Yeah, we have Jacob Bernoulli. He was a Swiss mathematician known for his contributions to calculus, born in Basel, Switzerland. And he died in 1705.
Dang. So yeah, he contributed to calculus. Calculus being a confusing as all hell thing, but.
Well, you're dealing with moving variables in calculus as to non-moving variables and like algebra and shit.
Well, his most important contribution was in the field of probability, where he derived the first version of the law of large numbers.
Ooh.
And you get another one here. This is well, now I know where the word comes from.
Yes, we have in 1822, so exactly 200 years ago, the birthday of Louis Pasteur, the French bacteriologist who invented pasteurization. He was born in Dole, France.
He was born in a banana?
Yes.
Dole. Is that where like Dole? Now I want to think.
He died in 1895.
Yeah. Oh, this is the guy who invented pasteurization, so thank you for allowing us to have things like milk and yogurt and cheese.
Yeah.
All those wonderful things. Well, I guess they do have Dole bananas, but Chiquita Banana is usually the best known brand for bananas.
And in
I thought you said something about bananas.
In 1862, it was in 1862 when he, together with Claude Bernard, completed the first pasteurization test.
That's cool. And speaking of pasteurization, we have Mackenzie Bowell in 1823. What a last name. He was the 5th Prime Minister of Canada from 1894 through 96, so served 2 years. He was born in Rickinghall, England, and he died in 1917.
So is it fair to say his bowels were balanced?
God, I don't know. I don't want to talk about bowels. Let's talk about Cyrus Eaton. He was born on 1883, born on this date. Canadian U.S. financier, industrialist, and steel magnate. Born in Cumberland County, Nova Scotia, and died in 1979.
Oh, a Canadian.
Yeah. And then, let's see here, 1940, nope, not yet. So go for it, Alice, 1901.
In 1901, we have Marlene Dietrich. She was a German-American actress, The Blue Angel, and Shanghai Express, and singer Falling in Love Again, was born in Berlin, Germany, today.
All right.
And she died in 1992. So she died at 101 years old?
No, 91.
No, I'm sorry. Just 10 years.
Dang,
No,
Alice,
she
I
was
hope
9
you
years.
don't do that kind of math when you're counting your money at the shop. Oh, God.
No, I don't. No. So she's 9 years shy of being 101.
Yes.
Or no, yeah. Sorry, my math.
In 1930, she got famous with her movie The Blue Angel.
Yep. Dude, you know what's really funny? Because there's another thing that's called the Blue Angel. It's lighting your farts on fire. Yeah, it's called a Blue Angel.
Pardon me.
Yep, sorry. Anyways, let's go on to 1913.
What's
So we
with
got
these
19...
strange last names. I'm sorry. It's like,
Elizabeth Smart. Isn't there an actress called Elizabeth Smart, too?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think there is. Or something Smart. Anyway. Well, Elizabeth Smart was born in 1913, died in 1986. She was a Canadian author. By Grand Central Station, I sat down and wept. She was born in Ottawa, Ontario, in Canada. She died, yep, and like I said, died in 1986.
Wow, that sounds like a really sad story.
Oh, by the way, I have some
Station,
really...
I sat down and wept. Good lord. Sorry, what?
I have some really awesome news I gotta tell you after the show.
Oh, okay.
All right.
What is it? You got promoted to full-time manager?
No, but something a little different, but it has to pertain with my work. So.
Okay, well, I'm excited, but go for it, Blob.
All right. She was promoted to empty time manager, and in 1934, so it's her 88th birthday today. We have Ukrainian gymnast Larisa Latinina. She was the winner of Olympic medals in her sport at 18.
Wow.
It was 9 times gold for the United
For USSR.
with the Republics USSR in 1956, 1960, 1964, and World Championship gold also 9 times. She was born in Kherson, Ukraine.
Jesus Christ, that is accomplished.
Yeah.
Yes.
Holy buckets.
In 1994, we have Mick Jones, English rock guitarist for Foreigner. I wanna know what love is. He was born in Portsmouth, Hampshire, England.
From Foreigner. You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. Yeah.
And in 1948, we have Gerard Depardieu, was a French actor.
He was a Jacquois.
Yep.
Depardieu. He started.
Ooh, dude. You should do that one other one that's in black from right below it.
Alright, I will in a minute here. Bob, you were saying something?
Yeah, he starred in an Asterix movie and is known for his comedic roles.
Oh.
Alright. Hey, Alice, you're talking about this one here, the one I've highlighted?
Yep.
1948, we also have Larry Byram, a U.S. rock guitarist. Steppenwolf, 1969 through 71, born in Huntsville, Alabama. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, from the band Steppenwolf. I don't know if you're familiar with Steppenwolf, so I just thought that was cool.
He was born to be wild.
Born to be wild. Anyway, Alice, you got one 1952, this one here.
David Nuchtler. He was a British songwriter from the Dire Straits from 1977 through 1980, known for the Sultans of Swing, born in Glasgow, Scotland. Dire Straits. I know the Dire Straits.
He's a singer-songwriter, so he's both.
Singer, songwriter,
Yep,
entrepreneur. I don't know.
something. Ooh.
Oh,
Yes.
geez.
You know, Guitar George knows all the chords.
Oh, he's one of those Bali actors right here for the next one.
Oh, Bollywood, yeah. Go for
All
it.
right.
This one's not mine. I think it's your turn, Blob, because I did too.
Okay.
Oh, okay. In 1965, we have the 57th birthday today of Indian actor Salman Khan, who played. Yes, you say it. Khan.
Khan!
He played in Bairangi Baijan, whatever that means, and he was born in Indore, India.
He was born indoors. Good. Very born outdoor, you know.
Indoor, Indore.
Yeah, we know. It's a play on words.
Yes, but the audience might not know. So, in
Yeah, fair enough.
in 1972, we have Matt Slocum, American rock guitarist, cello player, and songwriter for Sixpence None the Richer. One of their songs is "Kiss Me." He was born in Bristol, Rhode Island.
Kiss me out on the bearded barley nightly. I know the song. Oh shit, this girl.
We have Haley
Paramore.
Williams, 1988, a U.S. power pop rock singer and songwriter. Paramore, hey, I know about Paramore. Still Into You and Solo Simmer, born in Meridian, Mississippi. Carrera, if you remember him, introduced me to Paramore, and I gotta listen to some of their songs again. It's been a while.
They're alright, but I'm not a huge Paramore fan. Like, they're well known, like, was it the Twilight series, like, played some of their music too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Kind of ruined it. For me.
Nor will I ever. I've heard about them.
You will one day, but you're only gonna watch it with riff tracks where you have people like just making fun of the movie.
Okay, I can watch it that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I will get a riff track.
Timothy Chalamet, 1995, French-U.S. actor. Call Me by Your Name, Dune, and Bones and All. Born in New York City, he was in Dune. I remember him. Okay.
Well, no, the remake of Dune. Yeah. I haven't seen that the new Dune yet. Is it good?
I have not. I've seen the trailer. I recognize his face from the trailer.
I just like how they're doing. I like how they're doing the Eclipse from Pink Floyd for the trailer. All that you touch and all that you see.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I still need to see that movie. I want to do it, but like, it's just not going to be the same without Captain Jean-Luc Picard in it. Enterprise. Well, yeah, he was in the original.
Yeah, he
with
was.
the guy that who played Cooper, the FBI agent, in Twin Peaks. But yeah, he was the prince. So he's taking the character of that guy.
Yeah, I've seen the clip when he and the other guy, they were fighting in that weird cube armor thing. Like. Yeah,
the box armor, because that was the best they could do with graphics back then.
But yo, Alice, it's your turn again, and we are now in Des, so perfect timing.
Ooh, Lady Des.
Oh wait! I wanted to say, Mr. Chalamet, however you pronounce him, he played Paul Atreides in Dune. So
Paul Atreides. Thank you. But then he's called Murad Deep or whatever. Murad Deep.
Yes, and later
his name is a weapon when it's vocalized with a thing.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah, his name is a weapon.
I'd like my name to be a weapon. That's cool.
Xander, I have the best screenshot of you because your camera froze. I'm going to send it to you later.
Okay. But yeah, let's get into deaths here. So who died
Well,
today,
Lady Death will start this off. Well, who died today? We're going to start with 975 AD. We have Balderic, Bishop of Utrecht. From 1918 to 75 dies. So he was a bishop.
Yeah.
From 918.
From 918 to 75.
You said
how is that?
Twice.
I said from 918 to 70. I'm sorry, God, I can't read this. It's Balderic, Bishop of Utrecht.
No,
Balderic of Utrecht.
You said 1918, and then you said 1918 again to correct yourself.
Well, from 1918 to 75, he died. I'm sorry. No, it says from 1918-75. Oh, 1918. I'm sorry. Oh, it's that freaking parenthesis. It's a goddamn parenthesis.
Oh my god.
Remember my phone? When I'm reading it off my phone, it's a little blurry. So, hold up.
Well, no, like how could he have been in 918 if he died in 975?
I don't know. Okay, I was born naturally blonde. Okay, I was born naturally blonde. Don't blame me for it. Blame my hereditary. I can't even fucking talk today. I could just get off right now. Oh God! Now I just said get up. Ah!
Okay.
All right. Anyways, let's move on from my fumbles.
Alice, who else died?
We have Stephen F. Austin, who was born in 1793. Oh no, yeah, 1793. Died in 1836. He founded and helped colonize the U.S. state of Texas. He died of pneumonia at the age of 43.
Yep, he was the father of Texas.
Austin, Texas, being the state capital.
Yeah.
It's named after him.
Which
So.
The state of Austin now, like the city, like
The state of Austin?
No, I'm talking about the actual the situation of Austin right now would be a huge besmirchment on this good man's name. So
Yeah, let me guess. You're gonna take down statues of him now too, because he was probably a slave owner or something like that, right?
Something stupid. What were you gonna try to say, Blob?
Yeah, he brought 300 families with their slaves to the Texas region in 1825, which now is known as Texas. He was inheriting an empresario grant from Spain, which gave him the right to settle there. And they settled in the territory and maintained friendly relations with the Mexican government. And eventually, it ended with a war between Texas and Mexico, and Texas would win their independence after the Battle of San Jacinto in 1836.
Yep.
Oh,
So,
And-
when was the Battle of San Jacinto?
In 1836.
No, what month? Because so Stephen F. Austin died in 1836 on this day, on this date.
Oh.
So I wonder how long after the battle did he die of any wounds? Sustained from the battle?
Oh, I think
no,
not.
He died of pneumonia. So maybe he
Well,
got pneumonia from.
yeah. 21st of April.
Okay.
After that, he went on to serve as commissioner to the United States. Then, after an unsuccessful campaign for president of Texas, he was appointed as Secretary of State for the Republic by the victorious Sam Houston. And
Yes.
I think a city was named after that guy also.
Austin and Houston. Yep. But hey, you get to talk about another famous guy here, Mr. Blob.
Yes, in 1830, from 1832 to 1923, we have Gustave Eiffel, the French engineer and architect who designed and built the Eiffel Tower, and he died at 91 years old.
Yeah, 99 years ago.
Yes, he also
Designed the
I
Statue
think-
of Liberty.
yeah, I thought he did some present to the United States, some smaller Eiffel Tower or something like that.
No, actually, there's a smaller Statue of Liberty in France somewhere, and that was the prototype. And then he made a bigger one. And France gave it to the United States as a gift on the 200-year birthday or something of the states.
Yeah. Yes, it was the Statue of Liberty that exists in France and the United States.
Yeah,
Right.
that's kind of weird. Yeah.
You know,
There is
and
a
of
small
course,
Eiffel Tower in Paris, Texas, or something.
and of course, he also designed many other works such as bridges, railway stations, viaducts, and he contributed to the developing field of aerodynamics.
Cool. And you
So
got another one here in 1972.
Yeah, the World Fair was held in Paris in 1889, and that's when he unveiled the Eiffel Tower on the 100th anniversary of storming the Bastille.
Yeah, and they actually had plans to take it down. It was going to be a temporary structure.
Yes, but people liked it.
Yeah, eventually. Initially, they didn't. They thought it was a big old eyesore, but then it's no, it looks really good, And I'm glad they kept it, It's one of the most romantic places on Earth.
Yes.
So.
In 1972, we have Lester B. Pearson, born in 1897. He was the 14th Canadian Prime Minister, won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1957. He died at the age of 75.
Huh. All right. Who
So
else do we have who died today? Ben Nazir Bhutto.
He was organizing the United Nations emergency force to resolve the Suez Canal crisis. That's why he won the Nobel Peace Prize.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that Suez
Alright.
Canal thing, that's a major deal. We also have Benazir Bhutto. We spoke about her earlier. Died on this date in 2007. Was the 12th Prime Minister of Pakistan and the first female leader of a Muslim nation. Assassinated in Rawalpindi by a suicide bomber at the age of 54. So I believe we may have spoken about my theory being correct earlier. I'm not entirely sure, but I believe this was religiously motivated, politically.
It was heavily investigated. Some religious groups said they did it, but the evidence is inconclusive.
Yeah. She was born in 1953.
It could have been some government actors. It could have been religious groups. Nobody knows.
Yeah. But then we also lost Norman Schwarzkopf, 2012. Schwarzkopf, U.S. Army general and commander of coalition forces in the Gulf War, died from complications of pneumonia at the age of 78. He was born in 1934. So the Gulf War, so the first invasion of Iraq and such, we did back in the early 1990s. So, and I was around when that happened. Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Alice.
And his name is, it is German for black hat.
Huh.
It's a very widespread German name.
All right. So obviously he's of German descent. So, Alice, are you there? Doesn't look like she's there, because this would be such an Alice article. But I guess we're going to go back to you, Mr. Blob. You get to talk about Princess Leia.
Yes. In 2016, we lost the American actress Princess Leia, also known as Carrie Fisher, in her civil life. She played Princess Leia in Star Wars. She also played in When Harry Met Sally. And she wrote the Postcards from the Edge. She died at 64 days after suffering a heart attack on a flight from London to Los Angeles.
She was also in the Blues Brothers. She played the crazy ex-girlfriend.
Yes, and she also was starred in that song. I forgot the name of the band again, but it is so long. And thanks for all the fish. A Perfect Circle. That's the band name.
But yeah, no, people believe she died because of complications involving her cocaine usage. Like there's a photo that's been running around online for a while now of when she's in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. You can see one of her nails is vastly longer, and it's what they would call a coke nail. You scoop it up with that.
Yeah. So those lyrics go when now Willy Wonka, Major Tom, Ali, and Leia have moved on.
Yep. And you get to pick a random one, and then we'll close this out here.
All right, then. Let's go with Art Sullivan, a Belgian pop singer-songwriter, Un Océan de Caresses. He dies of pancreatic cancer at 69 in the year 2019. And his civil name, it seems, was Marc Léonard van Lith de Jude, however you pronounce it.
Yeah, I wanted to have a crack at that. Marc Léonard van Lith de Jude, his actual name, from Belgium. So.
Yeah.
And that shall conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar of the description for any links you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things OMNI Coalition. And we have a lot of links to post in today. Oh my great heavens. Anyway, for your dose of past events daily, we stream... Hold on a second. Pardon me. We stream every day at 10 in the morning Pacific time. I know we're an hour late today because... as I said earlier, I partied a little too hard last night and such. But anyway, the time is also 11 in the morning Mountain, 12 Central, 1 in the afternoon Eastern, and in Germany...
7 p.m., but today we did it at 8 p.m.
Yeah. Anyway, for all of you and all of us, I'm Xander.
I'm Protoblob.
And we had Alice on the show. And you, of course, are you, viewer. And until you catch us tomorrow, or if you're interested in some news, we might be doing a news show today at 2 p.m. Pacific time. We shall see. Anyway, until whenever you see us, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!